Okay, we're getting ready to tape joints. I'm going to start with the corner up there, and I've already got my tape pre-folded, getting it ready, so we have to mud it. I recommend, if you're going to be doing this, watch YouTube videos. If you're going to be doing this, watch the videos in advance. Well, just YouTube and watch. I always make it a habit to watch at least 3, even if the first one seems to make perfect sense. This has to be thinned. And the reason is critical. The reason you need thinner mud for your corner joints in particular, but for all of your joints, is because the tape is going to soak up water. So you need this more liquid, and I think this is going to take a little work here. That's still too thick. It's still too thick. All right, so this is about the consistency. This is actually might be just a little bit too thick right now. It should be a little bit runnier than that, but I think I'm going to go with this. Again, the reason you want more water in the mud is because the tape is going to absorb some of that water. So it needs to be much thinner than it comes out of the bucket. My tape is ready. I've pre-folded it because you need to get it up there relatively quick after you start your mudding. Well, for the mudding, we want to coat both sides of our joint. Again, the suggestions was to simply pre-mud it and then smooth it out. Some of them even used a much wider blade to do that. Make sure that you're getting all the way up into the corner. Some of you who have done this may comment on the fact that I'm using a plastic blade here. It works for me. Made a mistake. I should have had my blade tilted out so that I wouldn't disrupt the other side, and I didn't. So I need to go back and fix that. I may be pressing too hard. That's another thing that the videos say, don't press too hard. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, I'm not a pro, and I'm finding I'm leaving the extreme inside of the corner void of mud, and obviously we need mud there to hold the tape. So I am using the corner trowel to make sure that I get that corner, the extreme corner, full. And now I removed too much. Got a thin spot here, a thin spot there. Again, I'm not a pro. I have some spots that are a bit light. I need to make sure that there's enough. The suggestion was to have a 1/16 of an inch to as much as an eighth of an inch under the tape before you apply the tape. So I inadvertently thinned out some spots here where I need some more. Time to put the tape up. When you're putting the tape up, don't put it all the way into the corner. The suggestions I heard was leave it out about 1/4 of an inch. Okay, to embed the tape. This apparently is another mistake that DIYers make. And the reason I'm using a plastic blade is the corners on this plastic blade are rather blunt. When they're bedding the tape, they use a blade with a very sharp corner and it cuts the tape. And that's actually why I'm using a plastic blade here. To push it gently into the corner. And again, because I've got a plastic blade here, there's virtually no risk of me cutting this tape whatsoever. Then when you start to bed the tape, start in the middle and go one direction and then go back to the middle and go back the other direction. You should be getting a lot of mud squeezing out. So I'm not getting quite so much here, but you're going to get mud coming out as you flatten that down. And then once you get the bottom bedded, and that is the term, you bed the tape, then you do the top. Every pro I watched said that the reason that DIYers run into trouble here is because they're trying to do the top and the bottom simultaneously. I will put some mud. Now that I have this bedded, I'm going to mud the bottom of the tape with a top coat, but not the other side. DIYers are typically in a hurry. This is not something to hurry. And that's what gets us in trouble oftentimes. So you put a coat on the bottom and you let it dry fully, which is typically a day, before you do the top.